And just a couple quick questions. The questions that you specifically cited here, will those be asked on every city survey that's distributed by the city?
Yes, ma'am. If we can go to the slide that's got the survey questions here, I believe it is slide 5. Go back one more. And right here. So these are at a minimum the questions that we'll ask.
Okay.
These are all standard. So for any of those SA Speak Up surveys, those are the standard set of questions. Departments can add to that if they feel it's necessary. We mentioned, for example, they might ask about industry or if they're a small business owner, but at a minimum, these are the required questions.
Fantastic. Okay. And did you work with community groups as well? Specifically, I'm asking about Disability SA.
I think, let me bring up Debbie Sharvin to talk this through. These questions were developed based on the best practices, but Debbie, of course, is very connected to these groups and can maybe speak to that effort as well.
Great.
Thank you. So we regularly have been having conversations over the last 6 to 12 months with our community groups and our DAC advisory committee about these questions and what they need to be. And so specifically, Melanie Coughlin with Disability SA has been part of that conversation along with other members of the community.
Glad to hear that. The reason I authored this CCR in the first place was I was at a forum with Disability SA where it was brought up a couple of things that we as a city don't ask these specific questions on surveys, and they were also asking to make our website more accessible, which I think y'all are constantly working on. So I'm glad to see that both those things that came from that evening are taking place, and it just makes sense. It really does help. You mentioned it helps to identify how the respondents' lived experience contribute to their responses, and we as their representatives can take that information and learn how to better serve them. So it's valuable information for us. You all know I've had a lifelong personal and professional interest in helping people with special needs, and so the idea coming from Disability SA really was something that I wanted to carry through. And it's very simple. We cannot help people if we don't see them. And I think that this survey is going to go a long way to helping us see a whole community. And, at the end of the day, really to improve the quality of life for all our San Antonians, specifically those with special needs. Actually, and I think that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Cabello Havrda. Councilmember Kurtz.